Hey there, it's Seaton. Today I'll be doing a fun tag video. It's called the 4 elements. I'm supposed to pick out 4 perfumes that represents the 4 elements: air, water, fire, and earth. So without further ado, I'm just going to start right away. The first element that I'm going to pick represents earth, and my pick is shown on this Hermes scarf that I am in front of. This Hermes scarf is called flacons, and it shows various antique perfume bottles, and also shown with these antique perfume bottles are 4 of the Hermes perfumes. There's Amazone, and the one that I will be talking about is this one right here, which is Hermes Caleche, and I happen to have 100 ml bottle. Now this bottle is not the current bottle. This design with the oval label is the original design. First of all, let me just say that this is a very, very, very old perfume. It was introduced in 1961, and it was created by the great G. Robert, English translation Guy Robert, and it is the first perfume for women ever created for Hermes. G. Robert is one of my favorite perfumers that is hardly ever mentioned, and he happened to create not only the very first perfume for women for the house of Hermes, but he also created the first perfume for the house of Gucci number 1, which I revisited the Gucci number 1 the other day, and happens to be my favorite perfume of all time. This one is not quite as much, but let me get into it. Anyway, this original bottle with the oval label is this appeared from like 1961 to like 1980s, and then this style bottle with just the simple Caleche in script appeared from the 1990s to around 12, 13. Now it currently has a more rectangular square paper label on it. So the bottle that I am talking about is from around 2013. This is a classic aldehyde chypre, and besides aldehydes, iris, rose, oak moss, amber, sandalwood, cedar, it also has the note of cypress, some fir. So it's like a very, green, deep, aldehydic chypre perfume. People say that it smells like money. It smells like a rich bitch. But what I'm getting mostly is the aldehydes, the cypress, and altogether I smell an accord that it took me a while to recognize, but I recognize it now as the smell of cognac liquor aged in those oak barrels. So that's what I smell when I wear this. I will say that I also have this, which is a quarter of an ounce bottle of a flanker called Caleche soie de Parfum, and it is the equivalent of the eau de parfum. This one is EDT concentration, and even though this has less notes than this, because the soie version came out in 1992, this one is actually more rounded, smoother version, I would say, than this. This one is a little bit rougher, so, for around $30 more, I would recommend that you get the Soie de Parfum version over the Caleche if you do it. The Caleche is fine, but, if I had my choice, I would get the Soie de Parfum again. I have maybe like 2 applications left in this bottle, which is why I got this, but but comparing it side by side, I do prefer the Soie version. Okay, the next element that I will be talking about is fire. Okay, and this is a hard selection because I don't like fire, I don't like smoke, I don't like perfumes with smoke or incense notes, like By the Fireplace or City on Fire, any of those. I find those suffocating. So I went directly to the sun. So I have this one, which is called Liquid Sun by the House of Thalia Sodi. This is a celebrity perfume. And we have like a pleated bottle. I think it's very thin glass, so it's really not my cuppa. And I will say that this was like the second bottle I got, because like the very first bottle, when I got it out of the box, it already, like, these pleats, they chip easily. So it came with like this chip, and even like the cap was very flimsy. This one, the second bottle that I got, it was not chipped, and the cap, fit a lot better. So like the quality varies on these bottles, but this is almost like a solely note Neroli perfume, which is I happen to love Neroli, and so I really like that, that really fresh, fizzy Neroli Portofino 4711 type of perfumes. Let me see. This is created by Patricia Choux, Choux, and she also created this Neroli perfume right here, which is called Neroli Woods. So I thought that I would mention, since they're both by the same perfumer, and you could pretty much find it for approximately the same price, even though this one is like a 100 ml bottle and this one is a 75 ml bottle. I do prefer this one over this one because this one is a thicker, denser Neroli because of the woods. It has like 3 different types of woods, and it also has something called a solar note. That makes it, that adds to like kind of like that thickness, that like almost like denseness in the air. Um, that's what the solar note does for this fragrance, and so which is why I just like just prefer this. But this doesn't last nearly as long as this. This actually lasts long for Neroli perfume. Okay, so like the next element I'll be talking about is water, and I went literal and chose this one, which is L'eau d'hiver by the house of Frederic Malle, and it, as it says on the bottle, it was created by Jean-Claude Ellena. This is the 30 ml bottle, which was introduced around 2 years ago now, and it's made out of bakelite and metal. You could this is the metal part, this is the bakelite part, and unlike most of the other bottles, the cap is magnetic. This came out in 2003, and it was my introduction to the genius of Jean-Claude Ellena. And I would say that this is probably my favorite Ellena fragrance. I had at one time still or used to have like 10 of his fragrances, so this is still my favorite. The name L'eau d'hiver translates to winter water, so like like a very little translation, but I think it should have been called Winter Day because this smells like a gray winter day. It's an austere perfume. It's spare. It has that watercolor Jean-Claude Ellena touch, and this perfume is his modern interpretation, homage to a Guerlain perfume, which is this one, Apres by the house of Guerlain. This was introduced in 1906, 2003, so almost like 100 years difference between the two. And you could, if you don't compare side by side, you could sense the homage because you mostly smell heliotrope, which is probably my favorite floral note, iris, hawthorn, and musk. So it's so it's like obviously a powdery perfume. This is a powdery heliotrope with a little touch of hawthorn, with a bergamot opening, and a huge white musk base. I think that people who don't like it always complain that this is very musky. I guess so. I don't know. I mean, like, to me, it's just I've lived with it for years. Although this is my second bottle, and to me, it's just unique. While this one is that famous heliotrope iris aniseed combination. This one was like one of the first to have this formulated note called the I think aniseed aldehyde note. That smells like hawthorn. So like hawthorn is in here, so it mimics the aniseed in here, but this one has a lot more aniseed. So while this one is like reminds me of winter, this one is actually like reminds me of spring, like a turbulent early spring day, while this is like a gray winter day. Okay, so for the next oh my god, I can't believe that I am already at the 16-minute mark. So let me just quickly do the last element, which is air. Okay, so the last element is air, and for that I chose Snow Angel by the House of Philosophy. This has what is called a mountain air accord. So I actually have two perfumes with that accord, and I picked this one because this is supposed to smell like fresh fallen snow, except it doesn't. To me, it besides the mountain air accord, it has melon, jasmine, musk, vanilla, and I mostly smell the melon note, which smells like honeydew. So, because of the honeydew melon accord, it's like a spring perfume to me. It's very fruity, and it has that musk that's in a lot of the philosophy fragrances. So I really don't smell the quote-unquote fresh mountain air, but it does have that accord. So for the that element, I did pick this. So that will be it. That is all the 4 elements. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for running on so long. Until next time, this is Seaton. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, bye.